Hello, hello, hello. I hope that you are well. This is Nicole Emily, the Social Worker Strategy Mentor. Today, I'm talking about the two advantages that senior managers within social work that want to be independent, the advantages that they have. I'm just going to be talking about two of them today. So if that's a topic that you're interested in, then stay tuned, tag a social worker that you know, especially if they're senior, if they're in management. And stick around and contribute, of course, as always. The reason why I'm talking about this because one of my mentees, when I was taking her through the program, she had some amazing ideas about the things that she wanted to do. And we got started on the process. And as I was asking her questions about it and drilling down, she was one of the few that came with an idea about knowing what she wanted to do. And so I was kind of drilling down with her, exploring, really being able to dissect a little bit and making sure that it was rock solid. And I asked her to go and undertake these tasks, which I'm going to share with you. And she actually came back as a result of doing that. She came back and realized, what I thought I was going to create and how I thought I was going to create it was not going to work at all. It would not have been a hit, and it wouldn't have gone anywhere, and I would have actually struggled. That's what she said to me. And so this is going to be really key if you are wanting to create your independence, and you may have some ideas about what you want to do, or you may not. And if you are a senior manager, then I want you to do these two things so that you can really leverage your position and ensure that you're using it to your advantage, because it will really allow you to build something rock solid as you are moving into full independence. So if this is something that you would like help with going independent, if you're wanting a sounding board and somebody to gently challenge you on some of the ideas that you have and ensure that you are creating a solid structure, then you can always DM me the word launcher and we can hop on a call and see how I can assist you with that. So I'm going to get straight into it. The first thing that you want to do, and this is also relevant if you're not a senior manager, you may have a good relationship with a senior manager where you can ask them these things. Okay, so don't count it out if you're not in senior management as a social worker. But the first thing you want to do is utilize research. Utilize research. As a senior manager, you go into management meetings with managers in other departments. You are also rubbing shoulders with other more senior managers, such as your service manager, maybe even director at times. And so you will have at your fingertips access to research, statistics, information that social workers on the front line don't have. And you're able to leverage that and use that to your advantage to really be able to think about, okay, this is an area I'm interested in. What is the research? What is the demographics saying? What is the target market, perhaps? What are their needs in this area? And that is able to really guide you. Now, of course, you're in a local authority, and you may be in that local authority for many years, and that may be the only bit of information that you have about that demographic. It's still a starting point. It still might guide you, and you can look at the trends over the past few years. And then you're able to say, okay, this is the information I've got. What might this look like in other areas? And you will then know what you are looking for. And so you're able to use it as a springboard to gather further information, to know what to look for. But it's a very strong position to have access to statistics and that kind of information at your fingertips and understand how to utilize it and have access to it, not just for the team that you're maybe working in, but the other teams and across the service and what that looks like. So again, really leverage that. That's number one. The second thing that you want to be doing is utilizing your your knowledge. Now, part of it is where I've already mentioned your network, but utilizing the knowledge of understanding how the system works behind the scenes, that maybe frontline social workers are not aware of, and your knowledge of what's working and what isn't working, what has been tried already by the department and the service, and what hasn't been tried, and what worked, what bits didn't. Again, when you become independent, you're not going to be replicating what you're doing in the local authority. That's really key to understand and remember, because most people come out of social work and they want to just replicate when they don't really have the structure and the manpower to do that. But you want to ensure that you are aware of what the deficits are, because that's where you want to be plugging the gap. That's where you want to be thinking there is a need here and I'm able to fulfill it. So those are the two things that as a senior manager, you have got access to that level and that depth of information that social workers on the front line usually won't do. And when my mentor, when I asked her to go away and utilize these two things, it meant that she came back with a completely brand new idea of what she was, who she was going to target, what she was going to do, how she was going to do it. And it completely changed the face of what we created together, the programs, the services and everything. And she realized that what she was creating wouldn't have had many legs. It wouldn't have stood up. She might have struggled. And there were some people already kind of doing that on a much larger scale. So it wouldn't have made sense. It would have been better that she focused on where we eventually started looking at. And so, having that information and knowing how to utilize and leverage your position is going to be important as a senior manager. And don't underestimate, the information that's at your fingertips, and utilize it so it can put you in a stronger position as you move forward in independence. And as I said, if this is something that you're wanting assistance with and support with to actually move forward, and if you're not in senior management but you would like assistance, again, becoming fully independent and knowing how to utilize that information still, by making connections and being connected with your manager and your service manager and having a good relationship, then this is something that I'm able to assist you with also. So DM me the word launcher and we can get started and look at how we can get you moving forward. So that is it for today. Those are the two things that I want to share. There are some other things that senior managers are able to do, but those are the ones I want to leave you with. So I hope that that was useful. Let me know in the comments if you have any other ideas of things that could be done, because I'm sure others would like to know. So thank you for tuning in and joining, and I will see you again on Sunday. Take care.